evening or morning, depending when you see this. Now, I'm a bit late to the party, obviously I've been at work all day, but you'll all be well aware by now that there's been a player's statement released by Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. Now, you'll have all seen it or read it or heard about it, but I want to go through it with you one more time because there's some messages in there that are directly to us, and I just want to make sure people have twigged that point. I'll quickly go through the statement and then we'll look at some little bits. Statement from the players of Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. As has been well publicised, players, coaching and club staff groups at the club have all been impacted by delayed and overdue payment of salaries. This has been a worrying time for us as players, but whilst we're often the ones in the spotlight, we're not the only ones involved. We stand together in support with our colleagues employed by the club who have been affected. Players and staff are now feeling real, practical impact in their professional and personal lives, and we're extremely concerned at the lack of clarity regarding what is happening and when this will be resolved. The decision taken by players to withdraw from the planned friendly with Burnley was not taken lightly or without consideration. We're fully aware of the added concern this will of course support us, but trust there is a real understanding of the difficult position we've been put in. We want to reassure fans there has not been and will not be any downing of tools by any of us on the training ground, and we are all working as hard as we can and supporting each other, the manager and the staff. However, we, like you, want our focus to be fully on what happens on the pitch and the new season ahead. This is proving to be really challenging, and we've made it clear to the club that we want this situation to be addressed as soon as possible, so decisions taken, like the one not to play at Burnley, are avoided in the future. We can then all move forward together as a club. Signed off, the players. That is a very strong and powerful statement from the players. It's a damning indictment on the way our football club's been run, but it's also incredibly brave. It's very rare that employees of any organisation come out and make such a public declaration about the ownership and their employer. Now they've done this, and by doing this they're showing us, the supporters, that they're in it with us. They are on our side. That's what this is. It's a public declaration that they're with us. Now there's some little bits in there I want us to look at because it's subtle and I don't want the message to be lost. Now the first bit is actually quite open and honest. They're talking about the real struggles that they're having as staff, from players to coaching staff to the cleaning staff. Now, but the middle section is the really important bit. That's the bit where they're talking directly to us. And they're giving us a message that's very important because of what comes in the last part of the statement. And I'll explain what I mean. The middle part of the statement, they're talking about not downing tools. And they want to get the message very clearly across to us, the supporters, that they're not tossing it off, they're not downing tools, they've not got a face on. They're going in every single day, often unpaid, and doing their very, very level best for us for this season and for that football club. Now the reason that bit is so important is because what comes in the last part of the statement, the last paragraph. In there they say they want some clarity from the club, they want to know what's happening, and they want to know that there's something good and positive coming moving forward. And then there's a subtle bit in there about the Burnley game which got cancelled, and they're saying they don't want a repeat of that. That is a very clear message that if things don't improve, they will have to take another action. And that's why it goes back to that middle section. They want us to know they're working hard every day for us, and that any action that is taken, and it will come, is nothing to do with us or not working hard for the club. It's to do with the ownership. That statement is a call to arms. They're coming out and saying they're with us, and that when the time comes, they need us to be with them. That is the clear message. So when the call does come, we've got to be with them. 100% shoulder to shoulder. Sheffield Wednesday is a massive historical football club that's played a huge part in all our lives, whether that's as supporters, players, managers, coaches, staff. A huge part in our lives, and it cannot be lost. All that cannot be lost because of the actions of one man. So when those players make that call, we've got to be there. We've got to stand in solidarity with those players and those staff. Sheffield Wednesday is not a football club where the sun should be setting. It's a football club where the sun should be rising, and we should be rising up with those players together in solidarity and marching on united with every ounce of vigour that we can muster to take our club forward and out of the clutches of that man. So when and if the players have to make that call, be ready.